A word of caution amid the elation experienced by Raiders fans watching Saturday night's breakout performance by Ashton Jeanty, who looked like he was trying to break some 49ers bones on his 7 carries for 33 yards. Yep, Ashton ran angry. Ashton Jeanty looked like the ultimate warrior running into and over 49ers right and left. And I'm sorry, but I'm just here to caution. This young man just won't last that long in this league, at this level, trying to run over any and everyone who gets in his way. It just won't last. So here's my comparison for you. Remember, Ashton Jeanty but he played high school football in Frisco, Texas, very close to the Star, the Cowboys headquarters. So he knows about Cowboy history. So Ashton Jeanty stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighs 208. Not a huge man. Emmitt Smith was right there in that size and height range. Emmitt was maybe an inch taller at 5'9", maybe slightly heavier. I thought Emmitt played around 210. He was listed later in his career at 215-ish. But still, he's Ashton Jeanty sized. Then there was Ezekiel Elliott, who blasted onto the NFL scene, as you'll recall, in 2016. Zeke stands 6 feet tall, weighs 228-ish, 230-ish, maybe by the end 235-ish. Here's the point. Ashton runs a whole lot more like the way Zeke ran. And what happened to Zeke, who took on all comers, who looked to run over linebackers? Remember that first flash in that preseason game at Seattle when Tony Romo got hurt and Dak stepped in permanently? Was the third preseason game at Seattle? And Zeke was headhunting that Seahawks defense. He was headhunting Cam. He was looking for trouble, and he was going to cause trouble for trouble in the secondary. He was looking to make statements by running over people. And then what happened to Zeke? He led the league in rushing yards per game his first year and his second and third, but each year of his career, he lasted, 9 years, although the last 2 were as a backup. Each year of his career, his yards rushing per game dropped. Each year. Why was that? It's because you have only so many of those collisions in your body. And Zeke, who didn't stay in the best of shape, used up most of his collisions in the first 3 years. Then, of course, he holds out in Cabo. Jerry pays or overpays and makes him the highest paid running back in the game. And he never was able to live up to the deal that Jerry gave him 3 years in. By the way, on Tuesday, August 26th, it's FanDuel Futures Day, a new holiday for football fans. It's 24 hours of deals on all your football season predictions. So take a flyer on the MVP race. I'm going to take a flyer on Jaden Daniels. I think the Commanders will get McLaurin signed, just like the Cowboys will get Micah signed. Commanders added Debo and Tunsil. This offense will be the NFL's most explosive. I'm going Jaden Daniels MVP, slightly over Josh and Lamar and Saquon. So mark your calendars. This is your day for your hunches, your hot takes, your calls, and your odds. Visit FanDuel.com/ my first name, SKIP. That's FanDuel.com/SKIP, Skip, to join today and start planning your futures bets now, because Futures Day is one day and one day only. FanDuel, play your game. Now, Emmitt Smith, I covered him all the way. I know him inside and out. Nobody has even remotely run for as many yards as Emmitt wound up running. He broke the record in Dallas, then played 2 more years, which he shouldn't have, in Arizona as a Cardinal, and he piled up more and more yards on that total that just looks unbreakable. I know no record's unbreakable, but it looks right now unbreakable. The difference between Emmitt, who is Jeanty sized, and Jeanty is that Emmitt was the ultimate escape artist. Emmitt avoided collisions at all costs. As Norv Turner, the offensive coordinator of the Cowboys, used to tell me, Emmitt has the greatest quickness in a confined space that Norv had ever seen. Quickness in a confined space. That ability, that subtle juke of ability, that subtle quickness to make you miss in the hole, make you miss. Cowboys' elephantine offensive lineman, just beastly offensive line through the 90s. Emmitt could duck and dart at 5'9". Behind it, you couldn't find him until he got loose in the secondary. And you couldn't get the hit on him. Defenders used to talk about they never could draw a bead on Emmitt. He was just too shifty. He avoided the quote-unquote kill shot. He never, in all those years, he played 15 years, I never saw him take a shot where I said, oh. He did bang his shoulder into the turf at New York in that final regular season game in 93, the great Emmitt Smith game, Warrior Mode. I'll give you the backstory of that in a soon-to-be-released episode. But other than that, I used to call him Emmy Smith because he would fall to the bottom of a pile and he'd sort of drag himself out and kind of limp back to the huddle. No. Then all of a sudden he's 8 yards, 15 yards, 12 yards, 6 yards, 8 yards. He could set you up. He could DQ. He could sandbag you, and then he could run through you, not over you, around you and through you. You just couldn't get a hold of him, couldn't get a shot on him. Emmitt was classic at just, when the play's over, just run out of bounds. Don't try to bull for any more yards. Don't put your head down and try to fight for an extra 8 or 10 inches. No, just give it up, live to play another play. Run out of bounds. At Arizona in those last 2 years, he was just running out of bounds like crazy. If it's not there, just run out of bounds. Save yourself. Protect yourself. 15 years he lasted. Never, ever tried to run over anybody, even at the goal line. He's going to try to wiggle underneath. He's going to try to get leverage on. He played strong, but he never took linebackers on the way I saw Ashton Jeanty try to make a statement the other night. I remember in his first preseason game, Jeanty had, 3 carries for -1 yard. So he wanted to say, watch this. Fine. But it didn't count, Ashton. Didn't count at all on your career log. You're going to have to run much smarter if you want to last longer than Zeke did, because Zeke's career was really a 3-year career at best. At best. And if Ashton Jeanty keeps running the way he ran against the 49ers on Saturday night, his career will be short-lived.